rain, and everything's a mess. Fuck. Isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. You thought I was gone,
Actually,
but I'm here. It's official. I actually lost my OG Bissistant mask, which is really concerning because it's actually pretty expensive LED mask. So yeah, right now I'm here looking like, I don't know, I'm kind of vibing with this new look, respectfully.
yeah, it's like a kitten situation. What the fuck did you mean by avatar?
Um,
First and foremost, you guys, just for you who haven't seen the post, okay? So like 3 months ago, okay, my sister told me, Lisa, post, ask the people, ask the fairies. Did we tell them about how I wrote Avatar? And I'm like, fuck, I don't remember if we told them or not. So okay, I'm gonna ask them. But then I told,
clarified the blue alien avatar. I wish I wrote Avatar the Last Airbender. I'm talking about the blue ones.
yes,
Wait, I need to get a straw. 1 second.
okay.
Talk about
Yeah.
how I.
So she told me, Lisa, ask them. So I did. And I told her, if I'm going to ask them, you have to promise me that we will tell them immediately. Like, we're going to have an episode soon. We can't just ask and dip.
Okay, first of all, let me just clarify, okay? I only asked because I got triggered by the new one that came out. Okay, every time they come out with a new one, I see the fucking or whatever the commercials for it or the trailers and shit. It literally re-triggers my anger towards James Cameron himself for stealing a fourth grader's literal story. Because like I was like on this revenge high of being like, I'm gonna try and prove this, like for real, for real. Yeah, so I
Listen,
wasn't.
I don't know
I
if you
wasn't thinking
even
straight.
want to do it anymore, considering, like, this story is, like, such a
Yes,
colonizer situation.
and that's okay. Okay, first of all, I just want to clarify. Mine is not. Well, it's it's not a colonizer story. Okay, I think my story is honestly better, but I also
We
like got
colonized
weary.
better.
In my story, the POCs win, but what I was trying to say was like, ooh, I kind of don't want to tell this story anymore because of that whole thing where they're like that. Oh, although that meme is so funny, where it's like the army guy with the new girl, Naga, and the Filipino wife. That killed me. That killed me. Like, are you like? Why is that so real? I'm apologizing to all the people for the stupidity of some of these Filipinos. Like, there's no excuse. Like, y'all are actually dumb as hell.
Of colonization.
Yeah, for sure, for
It's,
sure. But the young people, no excuse.
oh, yeah. Well,
Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
especially those that grew up here.
Yeah, no, there's so many of them. Like,
Diaspora more so than people who actually moved. Fucking
but yeah,
mail-in brides, don't even start me on that shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I kind of halted on telling that story because I'm like, ugh, I don't want to be like, I wrote that white colonizer story. First of all, James Cameron, his version of my story is blasphemous. He destroyed its true essence,
Mm-hmm.
and I want an apology. I want the bag that I deserve.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Also, if you want to go rampage on James Cameron, I'm not saying don't do that, but okay, anyways, don't do that. He might actually be able to, like, I don't know, do
Every
something.
fucking video on the Avatar page is gonna be like, you stole that from Bissistant.
Yo, period. Because I'm like, people think I'm like joking around, but I'm like so serious about it. Okay, I need, like, I'm literally trying to gather evidence. I'm like, was he part of the judging? But
Tell,
anyway,
tell tell them what the judging situation is first.
okay. So in elementary school, my fellow Canadians, you might remember these competitions. We used to have like art competitions by Pentel, and then like it's like a nationwide thing. And then we used to have like writing, like creative writing competitions. Like we had to do it like by force. Like I don't know.
By force.
Like I don't know why, but we had to write the story in class. Like you couldn't like bring it home. It was like you had to do it then and there. And we also had like art ones, which my both my brothers won. I didn't win shit, but whatever. We were doing the creative writing one, and we had like 2 hours to write, which for a fourth grader is like a long time to sit still, respectfully. I like loved that shit, so I was engrossed. So I wrote a story, told the story to Lisa like maybe a million times. But I wrote a fantasy story about a girl who grew up with scientists as parents, and she had a twin sister. She remembered growing up with her twin sister. But suddenly, like when they were young, her twin sister kind of disappeared. And she like would ask her parents over and over again, and they would just tell her different stories like, "Oh, she had to like go live with family, like a family elsewhere. Oh, she like passed away or something." Like crazy. And her family moved to this like tropical island jungle area in the middle of buttfuck nowhere for their studies, and she keeps getting these dreams of seeing like these like alien-esque humanoid people that were really like beautiful. They were like blue
Blue.
and
Okay.
bioluminescent. Okay, they glowed, bitch. So she thought they were dreams, and she would dream about like meeting these people, and they would show her the way of the jungle, like how they lived and all of this other stuff, and like how they're connected to nature. Instead of Iwa, the tree, mine was they had a grove, a cenote, where they would go in and be connected to the land through the cenote, the water, instead of like you you can't tell me he didn't fucking steal. Dude, and in my dream, they lived in trees. They were very peaceful, and they're trying to get her to help them not let these scientists ruin their land. And also just like infiltrate them, because the scientists were like taking them and trying to extract their DNA. Sound familiar to you guys? Yes, and I was in fourth grade. I was a fucking genius.
What about the
Okay.
hair fucking?
Okay, no,
I'm
there was no
asking you a
hair.
question that everyone wants to know the answer to.
No, there was no hair fucking, respectfully. That shit was weird. Mine was more just like they would like pout, like be connected, and they would be like bioluminescent when they go in the water. There was no hair fucking. That was shit was weird. Like there
Right,
was no
right, right, right,
hair.
right.
There was no hair connecting to like I was in fourth grade, okay? I wasn't writing about that shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
In
You
my
didn't know.
head, in my head, they were like so beautiful. Weird angels, like just super beautiful, whatever. Anyways, the girl in my story meets this other young, I'm going to call them avatars. That's not what I called them. I'm pretty sure I made up some kind of name for the peoples. She was like, "Oh my God." Like, and then she's like, like they become like super close. Like, that's my best friend, blah, blah, blah. That's like, you're like my sister. And then she finds out that her parents are the scientists in question who are kind of destroying and taking their DNA. And then she finds out that the girl who she was best friends with was actually her sister that they experimented on and made her into like be able to clone her into an avatar. Tell me that's not the premise of
Tell
the
me.
first Avatar. Like you can't even. The only thing that James Cameron did is put the fucking military for some reason in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I submitted that, not thinking anything of it, because I was just like, "Oh my God, this is fun!" Like, ah. And then a month later, I got a message. Like my teacher told me, she's like, "Noelle, oh my God, you're runner up for the grand prize." And I was like, "Yo, wait, per?"
Yo,
Like,
wait.
I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yo, wait.
Yeah. And so after that, we were able to like pretty much like
Oh, that's so
edit
fucking
it with
funny.
our teacher for like grammar mistakes and stuff. We couldn't change the story, but we had to like fix it up a little bit. But all I
But then
remember is
Avatar came out.
yeah, but all I know is that the judges for those awards were very famous Canadians, like in the creative field. It could have been James Cameron.
Wait, James
I
Cameron is Canadian?
Yes, he is. He is Canadian.
The
Anyways,
fuck?
you know what? I've told this story to a lot of people, and they, try to play devil's advocate, but like he was thinking about this story since 1985, however old that old fuck is. He Okay, and I'm like, sure. Where's the proof? They're like, oh, he like mentioned in his documentary. Girl, I saw the pictures and shit that he was drawing about Avatar. Looks nothing like what Avatar turned out to be. It was more like sci-fi. It wasn't like nature, people of the land. Because like, what the fuck would a white man know about that? You know what I'm saying? Like the people in my dream were literally based off of like my relatives, like where my dad lived, because they still live like that, and they live in like these like houses that are suspended in the water.
What would you know?
What would you know? I need proof, guys, that he was a judge of this writing competition. If anyone
Right.
knows, if any Canadian out there remembers what this writing competition was called, I know the art one was Pentel, but I can't remember if that it was also Pentel for the writing one. Drop a comment below because I'm about to find out. I'm going to strike. My revenge is gonna hit James Cameron like an atom bomb, okay?
A whole ass atom bomb? Atomic.
Yes.
Atom bomb. Atomic, right? No?
I don't know, but all I care about is the fact that he owes me some residuals, okay? Anyways, that's my story.
Well, first and foremost, Bissistant wasn't here for the last episode where I was tearing into that Masha girl.
Oh yes, but don't worry guys, I was fully in the action.
Yeah, she knew about it, for sure.
You know, I really don't want to hear her name ever again. Like, I think that Lisa has been actually pretty nice about the whole situation. There is some things that could be said that, you know, would be very shocking, but we're holding back, girl, because
Yeah, we're being cute about it. We're being like
Yeah,
classy or whatever the fuck.
we're being decent about it, but like
The amount
Don't-
of fucking like white nationalists in Canada now, this is getting concerning. Did you see that Rachel girl who like she reports on stuff? She's a journalist.
Yeah.
Like she literally reported on the Montreal situation. They showed up at her partner's performance or something like that to like jump her or something.
Yeah.
Like they need
Like,
to be. We need to collectively. Okay, Canucks.
Canucks.
Get it together. We need to like beat them up a couple of times because they're really out of line.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was like telling Lisa not too long ago how I was like walking downtown and literally on one block there was this man in his army uniform, this old man fucking protesting on how transgender people are just fucking terrible and just like being the most annoying fucking right-wing bitch possible. And literally no one was listening to him. The next block, there was like these three. I'm not even kidding you. They looked okay. Like I'm sorry to be whatever, but they kind of looked like a sex doll.
Yeah, like
you know
blown
those
up, kind of like
not the blown up like ones you blow up, but like the realistic weird ones that you see in fucking Japan or something. They look like those, like three blonde, just like they looked really uncanny valley, and they were all wearing matching the Lululemon track defined jacket and like the leggings and stuff.
Yeah.
But like different colors. It was
fucking Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, I was like Powerpuff Girls, but puffy for a different reason.
Yeah.
And they were just like pro-Israel, being like the whole thing with Palestine is actually like fucking the enemy, blah 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 blah. And I was like, wow, this city is actually like, yo, people are really like the true colors are really popping out right now. Ugh.
Yeah. And also, you know, it's so crazy because the amount of I just don't understand. Honestly, let's not even fucking start this shit because like I'm gonna get so heated. Like they're just like getting on my nerves at this point because in a world like this, how can you still be believing this shit that you, even if you were fed it from the time you were born? Like, even if you were fed this bullshit your entire life. And also, on the topic of transgender people, fucking every single day, there's a bitch screaming about them. Why do you give a fuck? Genuinely. If you're not transgender and it has nothing to do with you, why do you give so many fucks? Like, genuinely, you talk to them, this is the first thing that all of those right-wingers bring up. I'm like, oh, so the prices of groceries doesn't bother you? The fact that we're getting fucked in the ass by our elites does not bother you, but a trans person bothers you? What is your issue? Like,
I'd
day
be
in
like,
and day out, you're obsessed.
Yeah, you're obsessed. Freud would be having a fucking feast right now if he were alive.
Seriously, I mean, I just don't understand. It's like, what is with the fixation?
The elite are literally pedophile child eaters. Like, they're probably doing some weird, I don't know.
Like, at this point, if your wrath is not directed towards them, you're sick in the head.
Yeah.
Like, you genuinely have something wrong with you. Because if you've never experienced, like, either like a uncomfortableness with the gender that you were like assigned at birth or whatever, or sex assigned at birth, if you haven't felt any of those things, why are you so concerned anyway? Genuinely. Like, I understand if you want equal rights like we do, and we give a fuck in terms of like, just leave everybody alone to do their own thing. Why is it such a big deal to you? Why can't you just let people thrive on their own, you know? But if you never even thought about it or anything like that, right? And you just don't understand it or whatever the fuck, right? Why are you that obsessed? I just don't get it. Like, I just don't understand why it's like the first thing that bothers.
Are also like trying to come off as like this democratic activist, yada yada yada, like that vibe that a lot of pretend artists like to play, but they're actually really,
Um,
really misinformed. Except they're really misinformed. I love how people will always go back to like, and even these protesters will always go back to like, I was just asking a simple question and you made it into this big thing. I'm just asking a simple question. It's like I did what you were supposed to do from the fucking very beginning instead of
mhm.
assuming. I did the research and looked into you, and now
Yeah.
everything you have to say is invalid because you're a fucking right-wing supporter. Your
Also, you're
politics
a
are
fucking
fucked.
amateur. Don't talk to me
Yeah, like
publicly.
why
You can't speak publicly. You don't know how.
gonna be like, I was simply just asking a question and you blew it up. You know what? At this point in time, I don't even have the time or the patience to answer to somebody who supports fucking the most immoral shit in the world. You're
Yeah.
not even worth why should I give you an ounce of humanity when you're supporting fucked up shit like 1BC? I'm talking about, like fucking all of these people, not just that one situation.
Yeah.
But like that's what pisses me off. Don't come to me being like, I was just asking a simple question. No, I did what you should have done from the beginning. Looked into who you are and what your politics are,
Mhm.
and then responded accordingly instead of assuming.
The amount of people like this who profit off of their affiliation with groups like this, but then they immediately cower as soon as you call it out. They're like, "No, of course I'm not." Like, what? What? Who said that? Who are you talking about? Like, bitch, when do you
Like
get off being pathetic? Like, when is your limit when you kind of get like the ick from yourself?
yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's just funny. It's like the proof is in the fucking pudding, dude.
That's similar to how people usually, like, people like this usually act. They like push you and then start crying about shit, you know, like, wait, I didn't even, oh, like, what the fuck are you, like, stop being an aggressive ass bitch if you can't take it. How about that? Let's start there.
Well, also, I always get really skeptical too about like people in the creative field as well because there's a lot of yappers in the field who have nothing to back it up, but just like no fucking evidence. Like, give me the receipts then. Like, give me the
I
receipts
gave
if
you the
I'm,
receipts,
yeah,
right?
if I'm such a bad person, like you say
But
I
also, like,
am.
we won't agree on anything. I don't agree with her as a person, as a, like, any, because thing is, your politics is who you are as a person. I don't give a fuck. It's not
Yeah,
separable. It's not something you can just separate like that. It's the
I
same thing
agree.
as, like, I've said this before, it's the same thing as, like, you know, the liberal girlfriend dating a Republican. First of all, I understand why that is compatible because both are just like Nazi ideologies. Just one of them is Nazi light. So like I
Yeah,
understand why they can tolerate
agree.
each other. But it's just like one of those things where I'm like, fuck, I guess, well, like it's still one of those things where you don't agree on such fundamental things that it's like, I don't know, man. I think that's pathetic, actually. I think, and then people are like, well, we have to tolerate how men are. Otherwise, there's not going to be any kids and we're just going to die out. Well, then it's time to die out. What the fuck are you talking about? It's time we
Yeah,
go. I think it's
yeah.
time we actually, you know, vacate the premises.
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of just I don't know. It's like, would you even want like at this current state? It's like, do y'all even feel comfortable with that? Like, you know what? I'm like impartial. Like, had a child, had not had a child, but like, it feels really icky to like. Not saying that people shouldn't bring children into a world, but it feels like scary. You know, like with how the world is right now,
Like,
and
I
also,
think, you know, I understand why people would want kids and stuff like that. I'm just like, honestly, if you're not going to show that you're gonna, like, I don't know, if you don't have a tally of billionaires you've killed, I don't think you should be having kids. Sorry to say, I need to see a commitment to a better future from you, brother. Um,
yeah, honestly, honestly,
you
like
know,
I need to know. I
down
need
with
to
all the
know.
booty calls at 3 a.m. I'm only picking up the phone if you're calling me to tell me that you killed one of the billionaires. That's it.
All
If you
like
clean
I
up the
need
fucking Epstein list, then we can talk.
Yeah. I need to know that you are committed to changing the fucking world for the better. Like,
Because what do you
honestly.
want? You want the children to do it? You want the next generation to be like the next generation to be used as like cannon fodder? Is that what it is? That what you want? Genuinely.
Okay. Also, I just want to say to our fellow viewers, and like with the past debacles that have been happening, and me and Lisa fucking squaring up against people, I need to also clarify this too because I had somewhat of a conversation with somebody about this matter, like the whole like Masha thing, not
Hmm.
center right, but like being like, oh, like don't you feel like all the world is just being plagued with anger? All we're doing is just like fighting each other, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, yes, like we, like if collectively if everybody could get on the same page collectively, we could probably change the world. But unfortunately, there's a lot of really terrible people. And I'm not saying terrible, like all of us make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like we've all done terrible, stupid shit. And I feel like there's a lot of people with anxiety about that, especially like with cancel culture, blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking
Hmm.
about that. Like, dude, if you've made mistakes in your life, like it doesn't mean that you're a moralistically bad person. I'm talking about with the whole Masha thing. Bruh supports like, bruh has supported 1BC. Bruh has also supported and been involved with people who use ex Azov battalion fucking symbols for merch. That is
Well, they
speaking
were
to,
in the battalions. They just like retired and now in the West being
yeah,
artists.
like that is like not the same as like, I don't know, maybe you fought a bitch at the club one night and you punched her, knocked her out. Like that's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like we've all made mistakes in life. This is our you politically in a very tangible way are adding to something that is ruining the world. Okay, there's a difference. There's a difference. Just
Hmm.
want to clarify. I just want to clarify that because I know a
Yeah,
lot of
because I
people have.
think that a lot of people have this anxiety whenever they
Yeah, like
like engage with leftist content and stuff like that. They have this anxiety that you would be canceled or something. Yeah, well, first of all, I'm not a fucking saint. What am I, Saint Lisa? Is that in my name? No, it's not. Second of all, I understand. There's like a lot
Satan
of people
Lisa
who
is
are
closer.
a who a 10.
Satan Lisa is closer to what she actually is.
You're like
Yeah,
say
I mean,
10, and I'm like a 10. Yeah, actually,
oh, I mean both, both,
yeah.
both.
Anyway, so the thing is, I genuinely like whenever people are like, well, we need to be better, we need to be this. Being better is actually doing something. Being better is actually standing on business. Being better, I cannot stand this Western bullshit. I genuinely cannot grow a backbone. It's
Great.
impossible to talk to you
It's
people.
like yeah, gratefulness is not going to make the world better. I'm sorry.
And
Like
also,
that's
I'd
just
rather you be a cunt to my face than be a weak little bitch like this Masha girl who like pushes and she's like, oh my god, I'm just this little girl. Why would she do this to me? Like, fuck off. Actually, I'd rather we literally beat each other,
yeah. I
beat each other up,
honestly,
than have this like this fake ass bullshit ass conversation. It's just like, are you a person at this point? Do you believe in
wait.
anything? Do you love anything? And yeah, you actually, you saying all that, you're still safe with that mask on.
Yeah.
Well, I've been,
I don't
I've been
know. I
saying all
think
this shit
like
for years, so it's like it's too
yeah.
late
I
for
think
me.
if one of the fairies actually bumped into me in real life, you'd be able to tell quickly who I am.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like I just like my privacy online personally, but
Yeah.
in the outside world, I'm definitely not a neutral ass bitch. I'd be fighting left and right. But
No,
it's funny because it's not even
mm.
fighting. It's not even fighting. It's just like people take things so personally, get so defensive, even if you critique or question anything. I don't square up with anybody. I just ask questions and then people get so like squeamish off of it. Like, oh,
That's the thing. That's the thing that I noticed here is that you can't have a discussion. Like you just can't. And the thing is, my mom started to do the same thing. We were like talking with my grandma, right? And we had a disagreement, which for us was just like we just have opposing opinions and we're talking about it. It wasn't like we weren't insulting each other or even talking in like a strained tone or anything like that. But my mom got so used to this like Canadian type of life. She was like,
yeah,
you
probably.
guys, let's not. And we both were like, me and my grandma were like, why not? We're just talking. Like, what's the problem? It's not like we have like we genuinely, it's not like we have this fundamental differences of like, does a person deserve to live? It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that crazy shit. Normal discussion. We're just discussing things and whatever, the economy or something like that. And like most of the time, me and my 90-year-old grandma agree.
Yeah, like you guys agree. at the very core, like morally, like
Yeah,
what you're.
my grandma was a Red Army bad bitch. Like, what do you want? We're gonna get along. We're both shitting on the whole situation that's going on in the world, you know? And it's just funny because, like, you notice how culture around you does change things. Like, the fact that my mom said that, I was like, Mom, since when are we not talking about these topics?
Yeah.
Like, since when are we not discussing topics that are technically, like, uncomfortable to discuss outside of the household?
I
We
mean, I'm
always have.
yeah, Mother Witch probably is like so used to because of she also is like working for a corporation and
No,
how they.
yeah, no, it's definitely that. And she was like, yeah, actually, what the fuck? And I'm like, we're really getting way too used to this shit. This is not good.
Mhm.
Just avoiding topics, avoiding conversations is not doing anything for any of you. Like,
Yeah.
you're basically, you end up being in situations and groups of people. Your whole network becomes people that you actually can't count on, you don't like, etc. You're just not gonna, like, literally you're just gonna hate your life if you're gonna keep on going like this, because this is the way to weed out people without it being like a huge blown out thing where it fucks up your life, you know, when it's
Friend to all is
actually,
a
when
friend.
it actually counts.
Friend to all is a friend of none.
Yeah, basically. And like, I don't know, I think the fucking neutrality people in this day and age, it's like, I think that you just might be dumb, honestly. Like, if you
Mhm.
are still this unwilling to learn anything, you might just be stupid. It's okay, I guess. Actually, it's not okay, but I'm trying to
You know,
be
it's not
cute
okay.
about it, whatever.
Yeah.
But when it comes to art, I have been having a really hard time with artists because of how, like, art is one of the three main ways of money laundering in the world, and it's one of the main ways of, like,
This is not where I thought this was going.
well, yeah. It's like one of the main ways of hoarding wealth, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of a lot of the tactics around it, a lot of, like, the industry where you can actually make money is very predatory, combined with very elitist. Elitist? I
Yeah.
can't fucking pronounce it properly with my accent, but on top of it all, a lot of, like, nepotism and stuff like that. And the nepotism and elitism, it's like one thing, it's another thing that it's just like, God, there's like so many people who just have no backbone, and it's like, how can you even call yourself an artist at that point? That's
Hmm.
loser behavior. What do you mean?
I think we've all been somewhat culprits of that when we were younger in art school, but now in this day and age, like if you're in galleries and shit, like come on, man. Well,
No, it's
that's
not
why.
even like, you could be in galleries, I guess, if there's a gallery that is run by somebody who's not a little bitch or whatever. Like, who knows? I don't know every single gallery in the
True.
world. It's not even about them being in the galleries as much as it's the fact that they don't, like, their art is so toothless. They don't talk about anything.
Hmm.
Their art is like just a bunch of jargon, and like, also it's so crazy seeing how some people would be using, like, they use the language of, like, identity politics, but they don't actually have any politics, and it's like, how do you even, huh? Like, how
They're
does
like
that even work?
thesaurus.com, yo.
Someone sent me a
Recently,
video
what is
of
it?
Rosalia, and she was speaking Spanish there, and they just, like, sent it to me, and I was like, girl, I don't know what she's saying. They're like,
Did
have
you
you
try?
seen this? And I'm like, she's speaking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. Anyway, and they translated it for me. And basically, what she was like, the gist of it was her being interviewed about, like, artists and separating the art from the artist because she loves Picasso. And she was like,
Why does everyone like Picasso? Why is he constantly a reference? It's so
he's just
weird.
not even like, there was multiple people who were doing the same shit as him at the same time. Why are you that fucking pressed about him specifically? I don't get it.
If someone
But
says they like Picasso,
yeah,
just know they know nothing about art for the most part.
basically. And then, so they said that, okay, so uh this is what she said. I never have been bothered by differentiating the art from the artist, because maybe I have met that man and I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have liked him because of the things I have been explained by others that he did. But then I say, maybe I would like him as a person. I don't know, and I don't care. Interviewer, I also don't care. Rosalia, I like his work. Interviewer, knowing the other side, what happens in this era, that there is information about the artist and that you can decide when there is something interfering with you enjoying the work. Sometimes there is something that does interfere, sometimes not. Rosalia. But also, to what point we know that the information is true. So if it wasn't for me actually knowing that person and experiencing things with them, who am I to judge? the final boss of, oh, he didn't do anything to me though. He was nice to me.
That's final boss. Respectfully, I used to like I loved Rosalia. I was a huge fan of her for a
Yeah, me
long time.
too.
I didn't listen to Lux. I'm not shunning anybody who does. I think it's like
Yeah.
I'm just like at the point because at the end of the day too for me, it's like I never look at celebrities as like a good moral judge because a lot of them are just stupid generally.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not looking at them for like what their politics are. It sucks because they have a huge platform,
Mm-hmm.
but on the day-to-day basis, I don't really engage with like what like celebrity interviews or like seeing what they do with their lives because I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck because it's like she's a really talented person, but like that's a very because especially because like he is really well documented, like to be a piece of shit
Yeah. Yeah.
towards
And like just the women that he's like the way that he was, ew. And you know what? Listen, the thing is, with her statement and everything, first and foremost, I know that she already had some she has some people who kind of talked about her work and how she's stealing from people in a sense of like she's a white Spanish person, but she likes to kind of go into this
like true culture,
yeah,
Mexicana culture. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, which is not her culture. So people are kind of like, oh, this is culture vulture
Appropriate
kind of
appropriation.
situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know the specifics of everything and stuff like that because I don't. That's not my area of expertise, to be honest. I'm not that well versed on Latin countries and stuff like that as a general rule. But regardless, I think that honestly, a lot of her work, I'm like, yeah, like it's fine, whatever. I think that one of the things that people don't understand about artists is that this idea of the genius, this talent, genius, whatever, it's so not interesting to me at this point, mostly because I just don't like in a world where opportunities to even like whether you have food on the table or not are dictated not by like no one has them just as a rule, right? You just kind
Yeah.
of are born into one or the other. And because of that, I don't really have much respect for people who are talented within a capitalist society. You haven't been picked by talent. There was
Yeah.
nothing related to talent going on. This is why we had such great like sportsmanship and stuff like that in USSR. It's because there were no limits on who could participate. You just had to be
Yeah.
good. You just had to be like naturally maybe more inclined to be good at gymnastics, for example, or whatever the hell to be picked. And it's such a different world now that I don't give a fuck that you were rich enough to be training to be a hockey player your entire life. You're
Yeah.
competing against the same privileged fucks. Who is even to say that this is the peak human performance within hockey sphere, for example? I don't think that that's even a good measure anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fame,
you were
fame,
rich enough. Now what?
yeah. Fame and notoriety is really not a good indicator of like this idea of genius. I 100% agree with that. That's why I just don't give a shit, honestly. Like,
Dude, the fucking like the celebrities are giving me such an ick lately. Like even those that I don't mind as people, they're still
mhm.
giving me the ick. I cannot stand them. Like I saw this. I told you I saw this video of Zendaya and LaRoche together, and I've always loved their work together. Whatever, right?
Mhm.
But I saw them like they were like walking on. It was a video of them on at the Met Gala or something. And yeah, like some people were talking about how like he's so demanding, whatever. I did not really give a fuck about that, to be honest. As much as I
Mhm.
was just like, what is the point? Why are we here? How is this happening at the same time as so many people are fucking hungry in the world? You can all like honestly drop dead to like right now and I wouldn't give a fuck. And
Yeah.
just can't stand these people.
I think
Genuinely can't
yeah,
look at them without like feeling nauseous.
yeah, I get that, dude. I get that feeling of rage. I mean, I've been feeling it myself, even like with our own creative endeavors and
Mm,
outlets and stuff like that. Even to me, it feels like so frivolous. Like, why the fuck am I even doing this anyways? And it
mhm.
sucks to feel that way, but it's also like there is truth in that. Like, this shit is meaningless, honestly, when like people are literally unable to eat or scared if they might get bombed today. And looking at that stuff and just engaging with it on a daily basis like through social media, whatever, is just like, yeah, it gives you the ick because it's like, why am I supposed to give a shit about this at all? Like,
Also, dude, the amount of fucking traitors you rub shoulders with every single day, and by traitors I mean like it's people from the diaspora who have to successfully dehumanize their own people to themselves to the point where they're like cheering when a president gets fucking kidnapped or cheering when a country that they are from gets bombed or something like that. And it's like, you guys are fuckers.
yeah,
Genuinely, like, you have got to be, because the thing is, it's not even the betrayal just of the people that you come from, because that would be like, yeah, it's bad, but it's also a thing that could at least be somewhat understood considering the conditioning that's going on here, and and considering that you were conditioned to be an American, for example, or you were conditioned to see yourself as a Canadian, that and that's it, even when you think that you see yourself as an Iranian, for example, as well, right? Like, there's like layers to this shit, obviously. But specifically the fact that these people don't understand, and I have addressed it in the last episode too, that you have some certain views back home, right? Then you move here and you say that you support equality, you say that you want reconciliation, or you want to have the land back or whatever, you know, like given back, or you support African American rights or some shit like that, right? And then in the same breath, you say some stupid ass shit from a perspective of a person in power in your country back home. And many people here who grew up here the entire time, like for example, like Black Americans, they don't know that they're talking to somebody who genuinely supports, like basically represents what they hate in their country back home in their country. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
got this sweet fucking ass spot where they are just because people are not that well versed on geopolitics, they can be the good guy and the progressive guy while being an asshole back home, technically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they genuinely contributed to destabilizations in their countries sometimes, even to that extent, you guys. And then they come here and they're like, I, as this person of this ethnicity, as this minority, and it's like, oh, so now you want to claim it. Back home you
Yeah.
were being the
Oh,
white guy, but now you want to be a minority. Okay.
yeah, because it benefits you here. It
Fuck
benefits you
you,
here.
actually. Yeah, and it's like,
That is the
God,
biggest
it's,
stab
oh,
backstab ever. Like,
you're a fucking traitor, you're a backstabber, and you're lying to every one of your friends who lived here their entire lives that you actually support their rights. Because if the fucking board was turned again in your favor, you would have been an absolute piece of shit.
yeah, oh, that's the worst. I mean, that's how I feel about like seeing my own peoples or POCs support MAGA and shit. Like, oh,
Yeah. It's
it's
like,
like,
girl, are you crazy? That
yeah,
too, that too. But there's like people who support it here, support like rights here, but they don't support rights back home. And it's like,
yeah,
what are you talking about? What is your problem?
literally. It's like, girl, why? I wonder why you are here actually.
Yeah, how did you end up here?
When your quote unquote country is in the face of like war, terror, all these things, you
And also,
know?
it's kind of like me talking to diaspora of like Russians here and Russian speaking people. Like, sometimes it's just like regular people, but sometimes it's like
Yeah.
this guy whose parents were trying to like set us up because he's an idiot and they really want to like have somebody else take care of
Yeah.
their son at this point. They just don't want to fucking deal with him anymore. Two dads, a gay couple, right? So I was like, oh, like some gay Russians, like probably chill people. Ah, of course they have ties to the like oligarch shit. Of course. Why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Like, you immediately, you're like, oh, you guys are fucking pieces of shit. I did not realize that. Like, it's genuinely like this with many people, and you're like kind of constantly confused with who the fuck is your ally here, because
Yeah.
people are just, it's so strange because they have so many strong political opinions with no context.
Mm.
They just say random ass shit to you.
Yeah, that's the thing that gives me like so much like I've noticed recently I have so much anxiety about meeting people and all this stuff because I just like I'm scared they might be really fucked or something. But also it's like you also can't operate and live your life like that. I think you
You
can
know.
I think like you know what? Like there's a difference between somebody who just because you listen to Rosalia, I'm not gonna say that you support colonization and you're an evil
Yeah.
person.
Like,
You know what
that
I
would
mean?
be
Like
so fucking dumb.
I think it's like we can all discern, like I'm gonna maybe look into your politics if you're like really outspoken about it, you know what I mean, online, whatever. I would love
Mm.
to like because I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, this is somebody who is saying that they're very into politics, so I want to see what their politics are. You know what I mean? I'm not going to automatically judge somebody who actually like doesn't know much about politics and is like,
No, I am judging. I'm actually
yeah.
judging if you don't know something about politics at this point.
Oh no,
People
no,
who
not
are
like
like,
not
you
like
know,
dumb,
I just
like
didn't know.
being
Like, yeah,
ignorant.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
More
yeah.
just like, oh, I'm not an expert in this one thing. Like, I'm not an expert in this. You know what I mean? More, not somebody who's completely choosing to be belligerent and being like, "Good morning,
Actually,
this is my matcha recipe." Like, not that type of shit. Okay, like, because that
Actually,
is just like,
listen, the thing is, yeah, everyone can also decide where the line is for them to engage with art or not. But also at the same time, I don't think I give a fuck. Like, I have my opinions on every single artist, and I'm gonna give you my
yeah.
opinion. And I'm gonna also ask you why you like that artist when
Oh,
I
for
know something
art?
fucked about them.
No,
But I'm
for
not gonna be
artists?
like, I don't give a fuck if you actually stop looking at fucking Guernica, for example. What's wrong? Like, that's the thing. Like, even even if with like Picasso, for example, I don't think he is interesting to me personally enough to be engaging with his work, even with the ick that I get from him, right? I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck if someone else doesn't think that way. I do, however, give a fuck that people like Rosalia are like, I don't give a fuck what he did. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like that I do give a fuck about. If you say,
I
yeah, I don't
meant,
like him as a person, but I like this one work because of this, this, and this is a conversation between people who actually know something about art instead of just like a little bitch who just like goes after whichever artist is the most fucking promoted.
yeah. I just want to clarify what I meant before with somebody who doesn't isn't really in tune with politics to deeper in a deep way. I meant just
Mm.
like a normal everyday person. An artist, an artist you have to be. Like,
Yeah.
don't call yourself an artist if you're not ready to like talk about this shit because you have to. Like, especially in a field where there's a lot of money involved. And this is the thing that I hate the most. Like, it's okay to be creative and like, you know, be fun and do your little creative thing, but
Hmm.
if you are going to demand space from a gallery, if you're going to demand money, all
Hmm.
this other thing as an artist, you better be on the top of your fucking game. You know what I mean? Don't put yourself up against other artists who are putting their all into it.
But
Like,
also, I think you know what? It's kind of like your responsibility. It's actually a responsibility in a way that is not publicly facing per se. I don't think that you should be constantly like you're not a politician. It's not your job to
yeah, yeah,
constantly
yeah.
like address every single thing that happens. Like you're not supposed to like come out in front of your family with a list of like your opinions on every single thing that happened. Like, oh, this is my opinion on Yemen today. Like, obviously, this is insanity, right? But at the same time, what I do mean by all of this is that this is kind of a thing that's been bothering me a lot is that a lot of people just don't have a backbone, and it's like, what is the point of living then? Like, if you have no drive, no like you're not driven by any love for anybody, because the thing is, to me, loving somebody would require you to understand their struggle as well, right?
Yeah.
And this is kind of the thing that also in university got me so much flack too, because we had a class on love, and we talked about it before. Which is also so fucking dumb, a whole topic like that. This was like a like seminar, I guess, right? Or what would you call that? Theory course.
Yeah. Seminar. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like art theory seminar, whatever, and the topic was love. And in one of the classes that we had, we were talking about love, and they were like talking about, I guess, how love can like transcend differences or something like that. And they had such a dumbass take on it. I remember
Mhm.
that I was like, okay, unless you think genuinely, right, that if you're going to be marrying somebody or like you're going to be partnering up with somebody, whatever, who has a completely different identity than you do, that you're going to actually take their side and actually learn everything about it and whatever and commit to it fully, I don't think you should be with them, because love, just your lust for them, does not fucking count as loving them then. Like, if you're not gonna
Yeah.
do all that, and they were like, "What are you even talking about?" Like, "Oh, I guess so." And I'm like, "You guys are dumbass bitches. I swear to God. Like, how? Don't marry anybody who's not similar to you. Then, honestly, like
Like,
it's such a betrayal to couple up with somebody who has a completely different life than you,
yeah,
and
morals,
then
values.
not even take on the burden of what comes with it. Like, that's what men do all the time, though. They don't think that
Yeah.
that's an
Oh,
offense to anybody, which is like, honestly, go fuck yourself. You're not gonna even give a fuck whether the government is trying to take away my rights. Honestly, maybe shoot yourself at this point. Like, what is the what? How could you live like such an amoeba? Nothing fucking bothers you. Nothing is in the like in your periphery. All you
yeah.
see is only what concerns you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No, but
people.
I think you explained it well about like what I was previously talking about
Mm,
like being an artist and stuff. Yeah, I don't believe you have to be a fucking politician. I definitely don't agree with that. But I'm more so tired of people like the sheer amount of meaninglessness and
mm.
like being that's cool. You know, like it's enough to be like, well, not everything has to have a meaning, and they're calling themselves artists and all this other stuff, which is like, I'm not trying to tell you to fucking be a fucking politician, be a activist or whatever, but like also at the same time, it's like, really? You're gonna make all this stuff, show it to the world and be like, yeah, you know what? I don't really care about anything. I don't stand for anything. Like that kind of stuff just like really
Reminds
get
me of Sydney Sweeney immediately. That interview
yeah,
that she gave
yeah.
where she was like, "Well, I'm in the arts. I'm not like I'm not about politics because I'm in the arts. It has nothing to do with what I
Like
do."
yeah, it's like fucking Timothy
Of
Chalamet's recent
course,
interview.
yeah, it's like of course you would say that. You're the dumbest bitch I've ever seen. Of course you would fucking say that. Same with Chalamet. Chalamet, such a dumbass. like I don't I don't I don't even know. Honestly, I remember that like he gave me such an like years ago when he was
Me
the
too. I never
Tumblr's
liked him.
darling. Yeah, he was like Tumblr's darling. I do understand he looks really cute in Little Women. I get it. Like he fits that role, everything. I get it, right? I just immediately was like, he's not the artist French boy that you think he is. He's first of all an American, a New York American. What are you talking about? Fucking French my ass. Second of all, um, the sorry to say, there's nothing European about that bitch. Okay. Now, second of all, he's just like
People are gonna
the
come for you and be
interviews.
like, people are gonna come for you and be like, he's actually French though. Yeah, culturally he's not though. Okay, so
He's
stop.
not. Yeah, he can barely speak it. Oh, good job. Good job on speaking your language. You're so special. What the fuck? Whatever. The thing is, he's just the thing that he said in those interviews like about like opera and ballet. First of all, I was like, as if you could be in an opera or in ballet. Bitch, do you know you have to have skills for that? First of all, okay? Second of all, just him saying all this shit. I remember that back in the day when he was like the darling of Tumblr people, you know, like everyone would post him and be like, morning coffee and a cigarette. And he's there, you know, with his
Uh,
curls. And I remember that I saw an interview like that he gave for something. And I was like, wow, he's like stupid, stupid. It's a rare breed. I mean, I guess not really. It's just I don't really meet people that stupid that often. But
really?
I think that I don't really have a conversation with them long enough. I just kind of like feel that the vibe is off, and I just kind of fuck
Y'all,
off. You know,
she's been out of the city for a while, so I'm
I've
encountering
been
them
only
fucking
in the
left and
company of
right.
myself for so long. That's not good. I need to fix that, but I don't know how, dude. The economy is fucking killing me. But yeah, I think, dude, God, it's just the amount of people who say the stupidest shit. And also, you know what? Him saying that theater and opera, ballet are like dying or dead. I was just like, brother, cinema was created more than a century ago. So technically, the death of those live arts happened back then, like theoretically speaking, right? Like the in terms of art theory. And they survived it because just like painting, it reinvented itself. It has a different meaning
Yeah.
now and has a different appeal now than it did back in the day. First of all, and second of all, they survived a whole ass like more than a century after they've been made obsolete in quotations. The movie theaters are empty, brother. What are you talking about? If you're
Cricket,
talking about a dying
cricket.
art, you are in it. You are part of the reason why it's like that. I've seen you do Wonka. I wish I didn't.
I was
I
just
wish I
about
have not.
to.
Fucking hell, dude.
I mean, me and Lisa obviously are both in creative worlds, and like we enjoy making art. So it's like, yeah, like we really deeply care about this topic. I'm just like, this is like more not on a really grand scale. Like, I've just been
Mm,
really tired of people every time I talk to a quote unquote creative or whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's always like it's cringe to be like talking like about a deeper topic other than like, or like to just even be talking about it, period.
Mm-hmm.
Which I find to be somewhat of an excuse. Like, not everything has to have meaning. Like, this whole idea, like, everything could just be like cringe to be really vulnerable or emotional or like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, say your point of views through your work because it's
Mm-hmm.
just not cool to do it. Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That people want to be like this mysterious, whatever. But I'm like, it's just because you guys have literally nothing to say.
Mysterious approach is just like the most derivative shit imaginable, where it's
Yeah.
like
And
embarrassing to even fucking post.
that's fine if you want to make things that have no meaning. You just want to do creative stuff. It's just weird to me. People are like, yeah, I'm going to push this onto the world and, you know, hopefully make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It's just for shits and giggles. Like, who cares about talking about anything, having a backbone, having anything to say? I'm a writer, and I'm gonna put myself up against the likes of Dostoevsky because I'm a writer, and but your work is like meaningless, and you don't care, and it's unthoughtful. And then
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have the audacity to put yourself up against and call yourself a writer when Dostoevsky existed? Like, that's crazy to me.
But that's the thing, that the waste of resources anyway. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah,
yeah, not everything needs to have
exactly.
meaning, but then it doesn't have to be a photo shoot. It does not have to be a video. It does not have to be a production where we have fucking 20 people working on it. You do understand that too, right?
Yeah,
Like, genuinely, no one's forcing you to be in this line of work.
Yeah, it's that's the thing, right?
You
That's the
don't
thing that
have to do it. You don't have to do 1,000 photo
like
shoots of nothing.
that also irks me.
Most of the stuff this with art, it's like it genuinely doesn't have to be made. So if you're going to be doing it, might as well try your best, actually.
Yeah,
Like, I understand not
exactly.
everyone is fucking Dostoevsky. You can't be. It's just how it is. But
Hmm.
you don't give a fuck, and that's okay. You don't have to. You can just
Yeah.
do a simple job if you need to be making money, or fuck off if you don't. Like, genuinely, you don't have to be doing all this. And also, God, I just every
For me, it's
time.
mostly the people like that don't do it for work and just like I don't know what they're doing it for, really.
This reminds me of we were gonna tell you about this new inside joke that we have. That's gonna be our inside joke now.
Yeah.
I went to get my citizenship proved, I guess. Proved?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
With the Russian embassy, right? Because I need to get a passport because I don't have one. And my mom and I were like applying and stuff like that. And this guy, he's just like, we filled out all the forms, and he's like asking me like, so you didn't fill out the form where it asked you where you were in 92? I'm like, 1992, brother? He's like, yeah. I'm like, look at my date of birth. I was not alive yet. God damn
In
it.
92.
Where were you in 92? He asked me 4 times in that meeting where I was in 1992. I'm like sitting there like a fucking some kind of interrogation. Where were
Yeah.
you in 92? I'm like,
Uh,
actually, you know what? Semyon Semyonich, where the fuck you were in 92? Why did the union was dissolved, huh? What were you doing in 92, bitch? This is our question now. Every time someone is like, for example, you know, like older generation, there's like whenever our president, which was our president for what, fucking 30 years or some shit, whenever he brings up Soviet Union, he's like, yeah, I wish we were, you know, like we didn't dissolve it. And then he says something dumb as shit afterwards about like women's rights, where he's like, women should not prioritize education. They should not go into like higher education or whatever. And it's like, did you hit your head on something? Like, did you forget what communism was all about? Like, brother, those two things don't coexist.
yeah.
Telling women not to get education and communism does not coexist. Women hold up half the sky. Did you hear about that, bitch? Like, seriously. So whenever they say something stupid like that, immediately it's like, where were you in 92, actually? Actually, answer me, bitch. Because you were old enough. Not only were you old enough, but you were in a position where you could have done something. So where were you in 92, bitch? Quickly. Quickly.
I just say that to anybody who's like suspicious to me.
Yeah, so now I'm asking everybody, where were you in 92, bitch? What were you up to in 92?
92. Because you're either with us or against us.
Yeah, yeah, what were you doing? I'm hoping to force Persistent to play something live with us on the gaming channel.
I want to play a horror game, just so you know. Wait,
Someone
we were
said
we were
friend Bo or friend Bo, something like that.
I don't know that
Yeah,
one.
it's like kind of sad, I think. I don't know, but also
Oh.
scary. And also someone said Until Dawn, and then
Oh yeah.
someone else suggested, what is that? Silent Hill 2?
Yeah, Silent Hill 2, yeah.
I think
Or the
that's
new
the
one.
ones that are like the top. No, I think they want
Oh, they
Silent
want the
Hill 2.
two. Yeah, that one's iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
one that
down.
I heard requested most.
Little did you guys know, I actually like playing games, and I have played a couple of these games already.
And yet I
Silent
can't
Hill,
force her to do it. By the
girl,
way, she didn't even notice that I went back to my natural hair color. She didn't even notice. Can you imagine?
guys.
We talked yesterday.
Wow,
We
slander,
had like
slander.
a 6 hour chat over FaceTime, and you think she fucking said a thing? You think she noticed?
I was
I can't believe it. You
literally
don't pay attention to me. You don't pay enough attention to me. Oh,
guys, I'm just trying to get the bag.
I
I'm
curl
trying
my
to
hair. I do my makeup. She doesn't even notice how hot I am. Can you imagine?
Hey,
Like, what kind of bullshit is this?
I said she'd say 10 and a 10.
That was me who gave myself that compliment, actually.
Okay, guys.
You think
Just
I didn't notice?
cut me some slack, yo. You see me rolling. No, I've been really like in the dumps, trying to keep afloat, hence why I've been gone for so long. I'm trying to stabilize my life by making some bones, and let's just say it's been really tiring. Um,
Yeah, God, I wish we could be more stable financially. This fucking economy is exhausting.
dude,
Exhausting.
it's been like it's actually been hell for the past like 2 months personally. Like, oh yeah, it's been a lot. Like I feel really haggard. Like I feel like I haven't really my body's degrading so bad because I'm just neglecting it just to make some change. You know, like
No, dude, I can like yeah, I can literally feel how capitalism is like stealing my fucking youth,
yeah,
siphoning
it's
it out.
dude, dude, if you guys could see my face right now, it looks like I've
No,
been
she still
pummeled.
looks 12. Don't even.
I didn't say I don't look young. I said I just look like I haven't like I look like I got beat up or something or pummeled. Like I look tired and I look like I'm permanently sick or something with the flu.
Do you guys want us to do like a road trip show? We go to a bunch of fucked up bars.
We should just do like something so random. Like, oh, I was telling Lisa we should go ghost hunting in some haunted hotels and shit. There's so many.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna be so underwhelming. But you can underwhelming in the sense of like there's no ghosts, bitch. We be for real. But
See, this is a skeptic versus a believer. We'll
no, this
see.
is perfect. Perfect combination. I agree. As long as you
No,
feed
actually,
me. But if you want us to talk about any specific artists, let us know. Because I always have a hard time deciding on that because I'm like,
yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, saying the same thing over and over again.
over and over again.
It's like when you're into something too much, you start getting sick of it.
Yeah,
Like,
and also, oh, I also was thinking that we can do one episode that is like a live as if where we can
mhm.
like literally answer your questions and
Yeah,
things like that. That would be cool, I think.
give us some crazy ones. Okay, well, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching, you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.